Okay, so I'm going live. I've just gone live a little bit earlier tonight because last time I did the first live chat, we was a bit late because I got the wrong channels mixed up, but I've sorted it out. I'm trying out a new stream tonight, which is StreamYard. I want to see how it goes because I heard the picture quality last time was pants. Can you hear me all right? I'll just wait until I can see anything. I've got nobody looking yet. I'll just, I can click in there. Can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So we're in. So Martin's here. Hi Martin, nice to see you. Got 5 in, 13. Glenn's here. Camera, yeah, I have to remember that. It's in around the other way, isn't it? Steve's here. Oh, I bet you can't wait to come out here, Steve. Xbox is in. Hayden's in. Victor, yeah. Victor, from New Jersey. That's good. Oh, so the video is still pants then, because obviously on my screen it looks perfect, and I've got it on 720, which is my highest res on air. But Mary's just popped in. Nice to see you, Mary. Good quality from Glenn. Good. So it's our past. We'll get started. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do it for an hour, guys. We'll see how it goes. Roy's just popped in. Susan's just popped in as well from York. So we've got quite a few people from the UK, which is good. How many have we got from Spain? Because there's going to be some questions, obviously, about Spain, and I can't answer them all. So it'd be handy if anybody else can. Charlie's popped in. So you can't wait to get in the basement, Steve. I'll tell you what, at long last, guys, here in Spain, the weather has turned at long last. The heat's up. The sun's come out this week. We've had a month of rain, I reckon. So Xbox is from Barcelona, which is good. Charlie's from London. I've got a couple of questions here to set me off anyway. Nigel's from Blackpool. So we've got quite a few people from the UK. I'm not going to say anything yet. I just want to get everybody in first. We'll just let the old figures go up a bit more because it's still a little bit early yet. Rob, top man Rob, you can see the fun. LS, are you okay for food? Yes, we're okay for food on Camposol. I mean, obviously the bars and restaurants are not open. I'm saying that, I've got that wrong. Ocean 7, which is the fish and chip shop, that does takeaways, I think, from Thursday to Saturday. But we got a shop where I live on A. I've got a shop just across the road. But yeah, the bars and restaurants are not open yet. We've just had today comments. Oh, Vinny's popped in. Yeah, we just had word from the government today that we're starting to be allowed out a little bit more, which is going to be good. Now, guys, how's a dog? If I do miss anything, I'm sorry. Mix just pops in. Good. I'm Sean from Steve from the UK. Can't wait to see this blow over. Yeah. I think we all can't wait it to blow over. Now, Spain's sort of given us. They said back to normal, but obviously nothing's going to be back to normal until we get this vaccine, obviously. But it sounds like by June, things are going to be semi-normal when things will be opened up again, which we can't wait for. So anyway, I was going back to the food. Yeah, we got plenty of food here because we've got a supermarket. We've got 2 mini supermarkets on Camposol. And I haven't been out anywhere other than Camposol. I haven't been down to Maveron or the port. Now I think some people have been down to the port. We got a Tesco shop. We got loads of supermarkets about, so food's no problem here. Obviously, we're in a farming area, so we've got no problem with veg. Now, I did hear, I don't know if that's true, I did hear that Consume, because we've got a supermarket on B, somebody said the price has gone up a bit. I don't know how much true that is, because I haven't been over there for a couple of weeks. So hang on, I just got Don there, got my Morrison's order today. They didn't send me any beer. It's bad now. My daughter, who lives up near Sheffield, they have to go on at midnight to get their bookings in for their deliveries. It's been pretty bad, isn't it, guys? Yeah, and I know there's been quite a few people out there that obviously had flights booked, obviously from April, May, and June. I'm not too sure about the June bookings. I think there might be a couple of people still flying in June, but I know obviously previous to that it's all been shut down. But we just have to wait. It now does seem things are starting to move a little bit more in Spain now, and I'm sure in the next week or so we'll get a lot more information on what's going on. It sounds like as from so Vinny's just saying that Consume went up by £30. Yeah, I did read something like that. Somebody said they usually do a monthly shop or weekly shop for €60, and it cost them 100. So yeah, it's a bit of a steep climb. I don't know what's going on there. As far as I know, Alan across the road from me, he hasn't put his prices up yet. I'm sure there's a lot of alcoholics already in there. And I'll be honest, I have put some weight on. Even though I take Bonnie out, and we only go on a short walk anyway. Yeah, we've all put the weight on. My wife's starting a crash course diet. Yeah, sad times, isn't it, when you've got to go on a diet. But it sounds like from Saturday, which is the 2nd of May, we've been allowed out. They've given us some funny timings. We're allowed out for an hour's exercising and walking. So I'll be getting out a little bit more with the dog. William, I've got to say hi to William. Now, for some reason, the camera's back to front. Anyway, Will from the US, I've got to say thank you for that, Will, because I'll take it in the US. We're probably talking, what, mid-afternoon? So LS is the same, prices are up. Now, LS, are you from the UK? It'd be interesting to see around the UK and Spain as prices gone up. I mean, as far as I know, because I shop across the road, Alan hasn't put any prices up that I've noticed. Yeah, Brian, the cellar is dry at long last. We bought in a dehumidifier last week, which we bought, and it's been drying out the rooms. They're lovely and dry now. We hoping to get one of the builders in a couple of months' time to finish off all the flooring. Then we shouldn't get that problem again. But yeah, nightmare. And we've been here 4 years, and this is the second time we've had this heavy rain. And I've explained it before. It just come up because behind me is some more rooms, and that's our storeroom behind me. It just come up through the floor, which is just a concrete base. So we can't wait to get that tiled, because that was a nightmare. Only 2 weeks of mopping. So Tesco's have had no price increase, Steve. That's good to know, Steve. I don't know about Tesco's here. I don't, because I don't go down to the port. So it'd be interesting to find out our Tesco's, if they whack their prices up. Anyway, what I'll do, we've got 42 people in, which is good, so I'll get on with it. So Martin sent me a question this morning that he wanted to find out, and I'm hoping that some of you guys are going to help me out as well, because one of the things about in Spain, trying to find out about regulations and rules, it's so confusing. When you go on the internet, it usually comes up through some insurance company or somebody finance company, and gives a different version. What Martin was on about, what he wants to know is he can't become a resident here in Spain to do with health issues. So what he wants to do is come over to Spain, and he knows he can only come over to Spain for 3 months. Now, even I can't even give you that correct answer, because when I looked on the internet, it was still saying you could come over for 6 months. Well, we all know that's changed, and it's 3 months. Now, obviously, with the Brexit as well, that could change as well. I mean, got no clue what's happening with that yet. Apparently, they have started talks since last week, but we can safely say we're not going to hear nothing about Brexit for quite a while. But what Martin's getting at is he wants to come over to Spain 3 or 4 times a year. And what he's given me, and I've got this right, Martin, he wants to come over for a couple of months and then go back to the UK and then come over for 6 weeks or so. But I think what he's getting at is if he stayed here for 3 months and then he went back to the UK, can he come back to Spain within that year, or has he got to stay away from Spain for 9 months and then go back to, have I got that right? My maths is pants, isn't it, eh? Anyway, but that's what he's getting at. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, I'll be honest, guys, when I come to Spain, I think it was 6 months then, before you wanted to be a resident. We didn't become a resident until maybe about 2.5 years. Hope the government's not watching this, because when we first arrived here, and this is obviously before Brexit and all that, we asked our solicitor what's the benefits of being a resident or non-resident, and he said, to be honest, there was nothing. And this is before the Brexit, so we didn't bother. You know, we just paid our non-resident tax, and everything was fine. And oh, but you're still in the TV room. Yeah, so we didn't become residents for about 2.5 years, and nothing happened to us. Now, obviously, obviously can't say everything's going to change now, and there's another reason why. When the Brexit kicked in, and before last year's fiasco, when we was going to come out last March, and then it went on to last winter, didn't it? And it's just gone on. Now we still don't know till the end of the year. But anyway, by then, me and the wife become residents. We're official now. We're law-abiding citizens. We've also exchanged our driving license to a Spanish driving license, which was a pretty easy procedure. But I can't. Have I missed anything? No. I'm just asking. So I'm just asking for Martin. Does he need to worry about if he comes over for if he stayed 3 months maximum, went back to the UK, then maybe 2 or 3 months time, come back to Spain for another 3 months? Would he be breaking the law? So Mary's just come in. 183 days in Spain in any 1 year, and no longer than 90 days at a time. Right. So Martin, have you seen that? Because I'll be honest, I think the best site to get information from is the government site. I'll just check on that. I think it's UK Gov, because all these other sites that you find on the internet, if you use Google, whatever, it goes through some insurance company who just give you a load of waffle. So let's get this right. Yeah, so it's Gov UK, and if you put Gov UK and then go into living in Spain, it's, hang on, can you see that? Let's put that down there. It's not the move now, is it? Yeah. Sorry. Make sure you don't get no Mickey Mouse bloody website. Yeah, make sure it's got that little crown on it, and that in there is obviously got a search thing, and I think that's the best site. And there's another one that's worth looking at as well for the Spanish information, and that's the Spanish Citizens Advice Bureau. So it's a voluntary group, and usually what you find on there is on there as well, because it is a little confusing. And I think what I'm trying to put across is, even though you can buy all the books, you can go for all the rules, each province and region does deal things differently, especially if you want to become a resident. And I'm not getting even to go down that road about residency. And no doubt with the Brexit, it's going to be even more confusing. And I think the only thing we can do at the moment is just wait until whatever agreements made. I mean, at the moment, it's supposed to be end of this year. I would have thought with what's going on at the moment with the virus that they're going to extend it into next year, because I think there's a lot of people that want to come to Spain, even though, you know, what's going on at the moment, there's still a lot of people want to come to Spain. They want to buy a property. Of course, what's happening at the moment, it's making it so difficult. So, yeah. Martin, I hope that's given you some idea. Anyway, something else I want to say also before I forget, because when I start blabbing, I can't believe how much time disappears. I want to thank everybody that contributes to my fund, my coffee fund. And so far this month, I've got to say thank you to Martin, John, Heather. So hang on. God, this camera, now on my other stream I do, it seems to be facing around, but for some reason this is back to front. So that's going to be, I'll have to sort that out, no doubt. Well, I've got anything else on there? So anyway, any questions that I can see on there? We've got 48 in the house. Sean, have you ordered your DJI Mavic Air 2 yet? No, I'll be honest. Just before the virus kicked in, I just got my DJI Mavic Mini, which I've got behind me at the moment. Not behind me, I've got in front of me. When I got it, I needed I needed an extra cable because I always use a mini iPad. God, you know, I've only just got the cable the other week, and of course, then the virus thing kicked in, and all I can do is I go in my backyard in my garden, and my neighbours are all looking out the window because it's quite a noisy. Even though it's about as big as my mouse, and even though it's quite a noisy thing, everybody's looking out the windows. Oh, he's got his spy drone up again. But I'm hoping now, as from the 2nd of May, we can go out and exercise for an hour. I will walk over the back and maybe do a test flight. But no, I'm not getting the Mavic Air. I'll be honest. I've got 6 drones. I've got, you know, no. But I do love the new spec on it. It's really interesting. But Janice said no. Yes, she did, Vinny. We got quite a few jobs to do around the house. Well, not around the house, around the villa, that need doing. A bit of a big list. And now Jan's state pensions kicked in. We got a little bit more money rolling in. So yeah. So I'll be honest, my birthday was the other day, and I thought, oh yeah, it'd be a good present, wouldn't it? But no. Right, hang on. What do you know about getting a visa, as Glenn says? About a visa? Have I missed something? Now, obviously, with the visas, guys, that's obviously to do with people outside the EU. I think if you're referring to, like if you're American, now I am watching another great channel, Spain Speaks, and he was interviewing a couple that are from America that would come over to Spain just before the virus thing kicked in. They were just traveling around. They got stuck here, and they were saying obviously they're on I think it's 90-day visa, and because it's a state of emergency, everything's been put on hold. And I take it that's the same. Be it if we got a car tax due, I believe in a couple of weeks' time. No, I take it that's still on hold. I know some cars that have got an ITV, which is called I always thought that was to do with the television, but it's to do with the MOT. They said that that's been postponed until after the lockdown. And I bet what's not been forgotten about is the taxes, because it's obviously due for our residential taxes now at the moment. Jan's got the accountant sorting that out. Thank you, Eric. You're top man for saying that. You know what? She didn't even buy me a cake, Vinny. Even though Alan got it, all Alan had was a couple of cheesecakes. So that's what I had, a couple of cheesecakes, which I've just finished off now, thankfully. So, anyway, any before I forget, is there anybody other? I know Xbox, he's from Barcelona, is it? And I know Vinny's from just down the road. But is anybody else from Spain? It looks like obviously we got UK on tonight, except for Will, who's from the US. I've got. Hang on, Will. Are you from Atlanta? I've got it wrong, haven't I? Yeah. It's interesting. Even though I obviously this channel used to do a lot of drone stuff, I've still got a lot of droney friends on there, which is nice to know. Georgia, I'll take it that's nowhere near Atlanta, is it? So I know Eric's from Cartagena. I pronounced that right, haven't I? Eric from Norway. Oh, Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I know some places around the world, but I suppose that's totally different, isn't it? And Steve's not here yet. Wayne, top man. Wayne, he's up there. Your expat plaque's up there, sir. Thank you very much, Steve. So have you sorted out a flight yet? Because it sounds like the flights will be coming back in. Sounds like probably at end of June, July. Hang on, Frank's just popped in. Oh, Frank, you've got an Android, you got a PC Windows 10 thing, haven't you? When you turn on your computer and it does an update, when you put it on, it does another update as you turn it off. You've got to get a Mac. Harvey, I'm hoping that they do contact you. I can't remember now. All I can remember last year, we had to go down to the town hall in Maveron to get a piece of paper, and then we could take it back to the bank and pay it. Now I get mixed up because we pay our IBI tax, which is our like council tax, in sort of late September, October, and that's on direct debit. But with the car tax, I've got a feeling I can't. I'll be honest. All my financial stuff is my wife deals with, but I got a feeling they do send you a letter. For some reason, you can. But saying that as well, I did see. I think you're probably going to say that as well, that you can do it online. But I know we went down to the town hall, and of course, being Spain, when we went down to the town hall, I think you go, there's another department that you go to. I can't think what it's called at the moment, but we went there anyway. They shut the office to do redecorating, and they moved it up into another street. Didn't give you an address, so we spent 2 hours bumping into other Spanish people looking for the same thing. Anyway, we found, and what it was an empty bank that they turned into a government office sort of thing. We went to a table, and we got this piece of paper, and then we went back to our bank and paid our car tax. And I think it's like 60 euros. I think I'm right in thinking with the car tax, it stays the same anyway, unless you change your car. Frank, you'd be surprised. I can't really show you mine because mine's only a squatty little thing. I've got a mini Mac. They're not that expensive, honestly, but it is a bit. It is. I'll be honest. It did take me a while getting used to, using the Mac, and it did the Windows thingy. Keith's just popped in. Top man, Keith. I said, well, I'm just reading there. Probably, I know. Oh, right, hang on. I'm just going to stick this up because I'm trying out this. I'm just trying that out. I've got to go back to the questions. Right. Okay. So I'm trying it because this is the first time, guys, I've tried out this new stream thing. Can I just ask you again? Because I know last time I did on YouTube, the picture was pants and the sound quality was good, but the picture was so rubbish. And I had to make when I watched it back again, God, it was bad, wasn't it? And so I don't want to chat to you, and I'm all pixelated all over the screen. So if you could just tell me out what the screen looks like. Martin says, top man, Martin, thank you very much. It's, you know what, being 65, just don't like it. Yeah, so just going back to Harvey with the car tax. Hang on, Xbox has popped in now. Yeah, but because I know some places, especially Cartagena, I think their car tax come through already. And of course, my wife was panicking, and this is back in sort of March time, and I said, no, we're under a different province. We're under the Mazarin province, and I was thinking, you know, I do. That's one thing I do. Even though the wife does all the money stuff, I do write it down in my diary, and ours is. I'm sure it's in end of May, sort of June. Yeah, May. Sorry, May. Right, hang on. So Xbox is just coming in to say, yeah, well, that's good. The stream's better like. So Steve says it's still bad. It's a touchy pixelated. Oh God, I mean, all I can think of is the stream. Well, they told us here in Spain anyway that they slowed down the streams for YouTube and Netflix, and no doubt that's what they're still doing, because I can't believe people are still working on their computers this time in the evening. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that thingy now. Oh, hang on. What's that about? Oh, I see. That's something different. I must try that out. Hang on. Okay, it's right. I'm just doing a bit of experimenting here. If I just whack that up there a minute. So that's for you, Harvey. That's from Xbox. So hopefully that's giving you some idea. So I'm messing with it now, aren't I? Okay. Let's go back to the banners. Whip that off. Okay, let's get that back. That's right. Just getting used to this. So let's go back to the. Okay. Yeah, Frank's asking about. So nothing's changed then really. Obviously got crappy panty picture, but good sound quality. So I suppose that's something good, isn't it? Yes, Frank. It's all dried out now. And this week, I think this weekend, we're supposed to be getting what you UKers were getting in Easter, lovely hot weather. So yeah, but I can only look at that pool, guys. Even, I know I get a lot of you guys, oh, that pool looks lovely. You put your foot in it and it'll freeze. I wish, Steve. Non-resident tax is about to start in June. No. I think usually non-resident tax doesn't start until the end of the year. I thought, well, it did where we are in Mavron. For some reason, and why they have them separate. We used to pay our non-resident tax at the end of the year, and for some reason, resident tax is always paid sort of like the April, May time. Yeah, I mean, we've been quite lucky here with this virus thing. As far as we know, there's nobody on Camposol at all. But obviously around Camposol, up at the Condado, there's been a couple of cases. We haven't heard enough. We heard about them a couple of weeks ago, so we don't know if any more people had caught it on there. We know down in Mavron itself and the port, there was cases there. But thankfully, looking at okay, that's something different. So if you pay it in June, you get 15% off. Interesting. Yeah. So, but thankfully, looking at the news today, there's been a, not, I won't say a considerable drop, but there's been a drop in any new cases, which is good news. I suppose the only thing we've got to watch now is just to make sure there's not like a relapse, because obviously they're starting to let more people out now. And I think, to be honest, a lot of people have been locked in. It must be horrible for the people that live in the apartments that's got no balconies, living in a small room and that. It's, you know, I mean, thankfully we got a dog. I mean, even people that haven't got a dog, you know, other than just walking to the shop or the bins and that, it's not much of an exercise, guys, is it? No, we've been quite lucky, really, haven't we, Eric? I mean, listening to Stuart from Madrid, you know, they had it really bad there, and I think that one of the main reasons why the Murcia region shut down before everybody else was because they were worried about people from Madrid coming down to this way to their holiday homes. Thankfully, it looks like it stopped that, because that's what the police were trying to do, to stop everybody driving to their second and third homes, no doubt. So there's been no, so RV's just, RV, are you the RV that's over on D? Or just, so, so that's another thing. Have we got a bit of a time lapse? Maybe not, I don't know. Okay, anyway. Now, like I said at the beginning, so it is you, RV, the top man. I'll tell you what, can you send me some video? I haven't been up on the roof. Sorry, everybody. I haven't been on the roof lately to capture the 8 o'clock here, don't forget, in Spain. Sorry, it's the same in the UK, isn't it? The thank you for all the services. Now, usually we get somebody ringing a bell and we get a couple of sing-songs, but I did hear on D, drone takers, on D, I think, did I hear something out and bagpipes? And obviously there was a bit of a sing-song. So it sounds like there's been a bit of a party over there. We don't get that over here on Ava for some reason, especially where I am. But we do get, you know, there's a couple of streets over from me. There's a couple of people shouting and singing and bringing a bell, but not in my street. Yeah, so if you could send me some footage over, that would be great, RV. Because I think that's the only thing is, because I've been stuck here. I think 2 weeks ago, I actually went over the footbridge here on Camposol, over to B, to see what's going on, just to see what life's going on there. Nice to see the petrol station's open. I was surprised that the bank was shut, even though you can do it on appointment. And obviously Consume was open, Best Wishes was open, Pet Shop was open, the mini market, I can't think of the name now, that was open, and all the others are shut, except I know obviously Ocean 7 was open only for takeaways, which they deliver. And I know Euronics, they're still doing, because we got a horrible feeling that our cooker's on the blink now. We might need a new cooker, but you can ring them up anyway, sort them out. Yeah, so things are going on. The builders are out working now. Most of the builders that were doing work, obviously most of the properties are empty. what would be interesting, any of you guys on here have got properties on Camposol, and obviously we're in the UK at the moment, and you can't get over. Now, I was chatting to somebody last time. They'd come over at Christmas, they bought their property, they'd gone back to the UK to sort some stuff out, and they obviously was going to come back, and then this virus thing kicked in. So they're stuck in the UK, and they can't come back. And I know Steve, my cabbie driver man, he sold his house and he's living with his daughter now because he wants to come over here and try it out. But yeah, can I give my t-shirts a plug? Yeah, of course I can. I haven't got them on me, but yeah, if you want to buy a t-shirt, guys, you're most appreciated. If you watch any of my videos, below the video will be a link to my t-shirt. It's supporting us, my old pensioner Matthews there. So I'm just reading a couple messages there. Yeah, I don't know about that yet, Wayne. About international travel. I mean, we did see something about in Germany, that the Germany, I don't know, is it to do with tourism, that they said they didn't advise anybody in Germany to visit Spain this year. I don't understand that, but I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's just another bit of fake news. But we haven't heard nothing on travel yet. I mean, this is another thing at the moment. Now they're starting to relax on the lockdown. We can go out, but we can only go out for 1 kilometre. And it also sounds like you can't travel from one province to another, which that means, especially where you're on Camposol, unless you obviously if you're working, that's different. But for me, I can't go down to Cartagena to go to, say, Leroy's, the DIY store, and get some stuff which I need, but I can't do it at the moment. And it sounds like that won't change for a couple more weeks yet. But we have to wait and see on that. Yeah, I mean, I know that the pool cleaners are already, they've been out for a couple of weeks now. And obviously gardeners, we need a good gardener. Our gardens, I'll be bringing out a video in a couple of weeks' time. One of the things one of the things I don't miss in the UK, guys, unfortunately, is I don't miss cutting the lawn, because we ain't got grass here. You can buy artificial grass, but we ain't got no grass. So I ain't got to worry about cutting the grass. But cutting the plants, some of these plants have got such, you can cut your leg off of them. You know, they've got such strong prickles on them. Yeah, and so you do need a gardener to come in and prune the bushes and the trees. Well, thankfully, we ain't got no trees, but we've got these big, massive, bushy things that's got spikes on them. And if you come up to them, they're like 6-inch nails. So I'm glad you put that up about the gardeners, because that's something that me and my wife have got to sort out. How much cooking do you really do, Sean? I don't do a lot, Frank. You probably noticed in that video, a cup of tea, expert. Cooking food, not my speciality really. Obviously, microwaves are a fantastic tool for me, but actually cooking anything decent. I mean, this is another thing. What I liked about Spain is you can go out and eat quite cheaply. And we used to go out every couple of weeks really for something to eat. So yeah, you probably did see me make a comment about my wife's cooking that she didn't hear. And my wife doesn't particularly watch my videos, because if she did, she would frying pan my head. All right, first flight into Corvera, I'll be on it. We've got our new property in Feb. We got our new property in Feb. I haven't been able to get back to it. So Terry, that's probably you, wasn't it? The bought a property, yeah, and can't get back in. Now it does seem, I mean, I'm not 100%, but it does seem like June, sort of mid-June, There's a possibility they might let flights in, but as far as we know, as always, they put whispers on the net from the government, and it's a bit like this weekend. It's still not written in stone yet about us being let out. God, it sounds like we're in prison, doesn't it? Oh, Eric, when I can get out, I'll let you know, mate. Because I want to really explore Cartagena, because it's a lovely place. And I will, because obviously you'd be the man to see, because you know all the places. Yeah, yeah. Bonnie gets really good food. And of course, at the moment, Alan's across the road used to sell these little food sachets for the dog. God, I can't remember, pedigree chub or something like that. Anyway, Alan can't get hold of him anymore, and we used to get ours down at the Tesco store down in the port. And because we can't get down to the port anymore, we've had to go on to that other living. It's got a little Scotty dog on it. That cost a fortune. But you got to keep the dog happy. That's it. LS, yeah, Caesar. That's the one. She loves that. I hate to think why. But it does look tasty. I'll be honest. When I unreeled it, it did look like I could put that to a bit of cabbage and whatever. Yeah, it would look nice. Right, hang on, Steve said here. Yeah, that in that video, obviously putting in frozen sausages into the oven is not a great skill, is it really? Even though we was fighting over how many sausages we could put in the oven. But yeah, obviously Jan painstakingly squashed all the potatoes into mash, and we had bangers of mash that night. All right, Glenn's asking me, I bet I've learnt some more Spanish. Do you want an honest answer to that, Glenn, or do you want me to say, of course, I've been studying so much on Spanish? No, I haven't. No. I've got a friend called Antonio who I was going to do a bit of Skyping with, but unfortunately he's been busy at work. I did try the old, oh God, I forget what call it now, Babel or whatever you call it. We'll give that a go every now and again. Now, my wife, because it does sound like, because they were relaxing the lockdown a bit, it sounds, because my wife just started a Spanish course, just as far as being kicked off. But it sounds like the teacher's going to do like a one-to-one. So there's a possibility, Glenn, I will pick up a little bit more of the Spanish, because obviously it's going to be a big help for me later on. I'm just catching up on it. Hi, Sean. Do you think any of the restaurants and bars may struggle to reopen after the lockdown? To be honest, Chris, I don't know, mate. Obviously, ever since the lockdown, where I live, the Indian across the road, I haven't seen them since since the 13th of March. The other bars, I've seen the owners coming every now and again. Obviously, they check the freezers and that. Now, obviously, there's been a few things put up on the net about this perspex sort of cage thing around the table. There's been a couple of things about that at the moment. I don't know how that's going to work outside, because if you know Spain, in the afternoon we get the winds, and if you've got these perspex things on the table, they just get blown over. And the other thing that we've heard, that there will only be 2 people to a table. Obviously, spacing is going to be another problem. I just don't know how that's going to work, unless they're just going to say, well, look, so many people allowed in, but it's going to be difficult. I did notice the other day that the barber has put up to say that he might be open next week, depending on what the government's state. And you have to book an appointment. I think he does it on 30-minute intervals. It'd be interesting to see how that works. And he said one person at a time will be able to go into the barbers. Does the hair. How he does the hair, I don't know. But he did say you've got to wear a mask and you've got to wear gloves and you've got to use that hand sanitizer stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting times, but we still haven't heard nothing about the bars and the restaurants here yet, how that's going to work. I mean, one of the main things, obviously, it's not going to be like it was before at the moment. It sounds like they are doing it gradually, and it'd be good to see. I'm going to carry some reading on in a minute. Yeah, it's beginning interesting to see, and I'm sure the next couple of weeks we're going to hear a lot more information, because it does sound like by June, well, even probably mid-May, June, that some of the bars and restaurants might be able to open up, hopefully. Yeah, Duolingo, something like that. All right, you haven't been living in Spain now. Yeah, Martin's asking about how to get on with it when the supermarket. I'll tell you what, Google Translate is a fantastic bit of kit. I found that so useful, because I can just go in there, put up against the product. Now, also, I believe, so anything with my phone is I'm only on page you go. So unless I don't put the data on, I have to put the data on. And I think I haven't done it yet, but I believe you can speak into it and it will say the other language, which is vice versa. Because I have another friend, you haven't seen one tonight, Valentine, and he says that so I'm just going to put up that, because right, I'll get back to you in a minute, Tracy. Yeah, and me and him, we just cannot communicate at all. And what we tend to do is we Google Translate in script, and then we sort of do it that way. But I believe on Google Translate you can actually speak into it and it will go the other way, even though you don't Google Translate, sometimes it does get a bit mixed up. So Tracy's just saying, yeah, today, and today it was spoken to on the gov. I mean, what I'm babbling about is, we did hear about it, because on the May the 2nd is going to let us out from midnight, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock, and then from, I think, was it 8 o'clock to 11? Yeah, 8 o'clock to 11. It's a little bit confusing because I don't think it's been set in stone, but they have given us what Tracy just said, 3 phases, well, right through May into June. I think it's mid-June. So that would be pretty interesting to see how that comes out. A channel that I watch a lot is Spain Speaks. Stuart, he does a brilliant job. No, I've got a dry throat now. I've got the tea's gone. I'm having an interview with him, so hopefully next week you'll see me on the Spain Speaks show. He puts it across a lot better than what I do, because what Stuart does, he actually reads all the Spanish newspapers and television, and he translates it back to English, because it can be a little bit confusing, because even this where they're letting us out, first we was told the other day it was the 4th, now it's been to the 2nd, and then they've said also in this interval kids go out at one set time, people that can't get about with carers can go out at another set time. How are they going to police that? I don't know, but I suppose as long as nobody tears the ass out of it, and obviously nothing happens, then the next phase will kick in. And I think that's what they're trying to do, which I think is a good idea, really. So anyway, what else we got on there? Does he cut your hair whilst you wet? If I missed something. Carlos, I've got no chance tonight reading that, but somebody else is probably going to translate it for me. You can tell Google Assistant to your Spanish Yeah. So thanks for that, Billy. What was your comment about Martin Rigby? What was my comment? What's my comment about Martin Rigby? I don't know. What did I have a comment? I did say at the beginning, was asking about Martin wants to come over for 3 months, but he wants to know, can he come over again in that same year? But I know, I'll forget her name now. I think it was Heather. I think Heather come up with the Mary came up with the answer to that. It sounds like you can't. So Carlos is saying, I was in, that's right. Yeah, this is something else I did. I put up a video a couple of weeks back, I think, or maybe a week ago, about beware. Obviously, it could be a lot of property on the internet that, and I've noticed. I'm sure last year some of the because they had a feeling that there's going to be a crash anyway, nothing to do with the virus, but they still think there was going to be a price crash anyway. And I'm sure that some of the price properties had already been hacked up in inflated prices, and obviously they're dropping them down. And I did notice the past week or so there's been quite a few sales drop by 15-20%. So yeah, I mean the hardest thing is, guys, you got to come out to Spain and have a look at these places. There's no good just seeing it on the internet and snapping up a bargain, because it might not be what you think it is. So you've got to be so careful. And yeah. Oh, Hong Kong Fu is in. Right, that's it. Lindsay's come back in there. 90 days in any 181 days. Rodster's Rodster's come in. So, right, we got that now then, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously going to have, I mean, it'd be interesting to see on the housing market how things go. Joe, you can't see the drones unless I turn the camera around, because they're all that way. I've still got them. I just can't wait to get out and fly them again. Yeah, I mean, the property market, we'll just have to see how it goes. I've got a couple, there's not a couple. I was asked to do a property on the Condado. They're building some new apartments, and they built the show apartment, and I was supposed to have done that at the end of March. Yeah, I was supposed to do that at the end of March, but obviously because of what had happened. So, and I did hear somebody on the Condado was saying that the builders have gone back in now to carry on, and they said that they're still on schedule. So I think I'm right in thinking the first apartment block was going to be ready by the end of May. So I want to get out and check all that, because I know there's a place down near Aquilus Way, which is down the southeast coast, and they've been pushing for for off-plan sales. Obviously, if you put your deposit down now, you get a lot cheaper. Well, they haven't even started work on it, and I just imagine obviously what has happened, because these apartments are quite expensive. Will it ever happen? But I just wonder about the people that's put money down. No doubt they've gone for a bank and they've got it guaranteed. This is what that should happen now. If you do put money down, it's guaranteed that if anything does happen, you get your money back. Because going back 10 years or so, that didn't happen, unfortunately, and a lot of people lost their money. So you got to be careful. I'm just I'm just going back on here now, because I know I'm going to miss something. I can't see how we can maintain such prices. Right, here we go. Yep. Lot of RMB owners with multiple properties are in trouble. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously another thing, as I imagine. I think lot of the golf resorts, I don't know how they're coping at the moment, because obviously most of them rely on people coming in on holidays or short holidays to play golf and that. And there's obviously a lot of apartments there that are rented out, and like you said, Airbnb as well. And that's obviously part of the sell pitch when you're buying property like that. You know, they say there's a good turnover. Well, is there really? I've been to quite a few golf resorts. They haven't even got a golf course anymore, you know, because they haven't got enough people there. So don't be put into that idea that, you know, you're going to buy this summer home and then while you're not here, you can rent it out. Obviously, the Airbnb markets stepped in now and obviously undercut a lot of rental people as well. But, you know, it swings and roundabouts. You just got to, that's why I always say, you've got to come here, guys. You've got to come here to Spain. I know it's difficult and it's, you know, a bit trying to find the time and the money, but you need to come here and have a look yourselves. You know, it's no good seeing all my videos or watching other people's videos. Don't forget, with the sales videos, they're going to show you the best bits. You've got to come here and have a look, because you might not like it. You know, you might not even like the area. Some people will fall in love with it and others won't. So you just got to be so careful. Take your time, you know. I've probably missed a lot of conversation going on there. Right, yeah, it's nice to do a bit of, right. So Max is asking about cost of water and electricity. I'll be honest, Matt, as far as I'm concerned, electricity is expensive, considering we live in sun world, and just outside the Camposol at the moment, they're building a massive solar farm. Yeah, electric's expensive here. Yeah, why, I don't know. You know, we got all this wind, we got all this sun, and they just don't seem to use it. Hardly any buildings here have got solar panels at all. To me, it's still a lot of money to install. I know once you've installed it, then yeah, you make the saving, but you've got to pay out the outlay at the beginning. Yeah, water, as far as I'm concerned with water, I don't think it's that expensive, really, considering that you know, we do come from a hot country, and I believe the water that we get anyway comes from the sea anyway. It's been treated. I tend to drink bottled water, but when I'm making the tea, because you see I drink a lot of tea, that comes straight out the tap. Water to me, I think we pay about €50 a month for water. And don't forget, that's also topping up the pool, water in the plants. My wife, even though we had all that rain, she still goes out and waters her pot plants. But yeah, I don't think water's that expensive, but electric, yeah, is expensive. But if you go on to whatever electric company you use, there are sort of like cheap hours. We like everything else. When we first arrived here, we just used electric all day long. Anyway, they've got cheaper hours, obviously, if you use it during the night. So what we tend to do now is fill up the washing machine in the middle of the night on the timer. It does the washing in the night, and it's the same with the pump for the pool. Obviously, during the summer, you can't. The pump's got to be on most of the time, but obviously during the rest of the year, the pump doesn't have to be on at all. So there's a big saving there. And if you buy a decent brand new aircon, they're quite cheap to run as well. And we've been chatting about heating as well. Yeah, they're quite efficient. And I think I was talking to somebody the other day. He was thinking about buying an apartment, and he was a bit worried about, obviously, it does get cold here. And I missed something, haven't I? Yeah. So using an efficient aircon machine for a heater during the winter time is just as cheap as well. But yeah, going back to electricity, it is expensive. But Vinny's just come in there because we got oil, and this year, as you probably well know, oil was dropped through the bottom because we had a top up about a month ago, and I think we put in, well, anyway, it filled up the tank. I can't remember what the price was, but it was really cheap, and we're going to fill it up again. We think we're down to about I I don't know, we need 200 to 200 litres just to fill it up. So we're going to probably get it topped up for the summertime, because no doubt, obviously, once we're all let out, we're all going to get in our cars and the price of fuel go back up again. But yeah, it's pretty cheap at the moment. So anyway, it's catch up what I've missed, because the problem is when I start talking, I tend to miss what's going on in the chitter chatter. So please forgive me if there is something important that you want to ask and I've missed it. I haven't missed it because I didn't want to ignore it. It's just, if I have missed it, please put it down in the video afterwards, and I will try and answer it. But yeah. But it seems to be going well. We still got 56, which is good. Are you talking to me then, Charlie, about I've made it appealing? I mean, to be honest, Charlie, it is. You know, of all the places I've been around in the Murcia region, Camposol offers the most. I've been to Latour, I've been to Marmignol. They got supermarkets, and they got stuff that's open during the summer months, but the rest of the year they got nothing. Now obviously with the virus thing, I can't say everything's going to go back to normal. I would imagine that there are going to be a couple of places probably on Camposol that's not going to reopen again. I can't say for that, but the majority of the other places, some of the bars and restaurants, they come back. You know, the golf club will come back. We got a business centre, we got a petrol station, we got the supermarkets, lot of other places, and we got private doctors, we got proper doctors. Okay, guys. Barry says I'm out of focus. I've been out of focus for ages. Anyway, guys, this is Mrs. Miara's chat up with now. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do it every 2 weeks now, guys. I'm hoping. No, I'm not scared about Brexit. I will be still there. But anyway, as I always say, guys, hope you enjoy. Don't forget, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time. I'll put up a reminder on the YouTube channel. I can't turn it off. Anyway, very much. Hope you enjoyed tonight. Like I said before, if you have had a question I didn't answer and you wanted to answer, just put it below in the video and I'll get back to you later on, okay? But I'm going to end it now because I want another cup of tea. And later on it'll be a San Miguel, but tonight it's definitely be a cup. Anyway, adios amigos, stay safe, and I'll catch you again in a couple weeks time. Bye.